Hi folks, Dr. Sully here. I'm here to show you how to do the word things that you're going to need to know how to do the assignment that's due Wednesday before class. So if you're doing this right, you've already done the reading and now you're watching this video before you begin to do the syllabus annotation and reflection. This is also prep for the team scavenger hunt that will be held in class on Wednesday, the 1st of September. So I really hope you're all watching it. Anyway, let's get started. I'm going to show you today how to create, how to use the highlighting tool to create highlighting, how to use a key to keep track of what each color means in a Word document, how to ensure that that key is on every page, how to use comments to ask questions, to leave notes, to note anything that you think might be important in any Word document. I'm going to show you how to insert a page break. Really important skill for using MLA style writing, and we're going to be doing that this semester. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong class. It's really important skill for keeping your bibliographic materials separate from the body of your document to put it on a new page. And then finally, I'm going to show you how to use the navigation pane so that during the scavenger hunt, you can use the headings in the document. You can see them like a table of contents and use that to find the answers for the scavenger hunt more quickly than you otherwise would. I think that's everything I'm going to cover, except right now I'm going to show you how to make this bigger. So go to View, Page Width, and oh, there you go. You've got a big, nice thing you can look at. All right, before you begin, you're going to scroll past the table of contents, right past that progress, not perfection, and you're going to go up into the header. The way that you do that, if you don't know, is to put your cursor above what's grayed out and double click. You'll be in there. To highlight the whole thing at once, Shift, End, and I'm going to move everything over to the left because let's try the right for a change for my key. Let's see how that works. I usually do it on the left, but let's see. So the instructions ask you to, and you'll forgive me for a moment while I take a quick look at them. I made up this assignment a while ago. And they're asking you to watch the videos and then this video, and then use the highlighting tool to highlight important passages, especially those you think might contain information that might be on the scavenger hunt, and use the comments tool to ask questions, make notes, and add course comments about the course, expectations, your reactions, or anything else that strikes your fancy. So that's what we're going to do. We need these kinds of categories. So the first category it asks you is things that you think are important. So important, I've typed that word, and now I'm going to hit Shift Home, and it highlights the whole thing. Now there's two ways to begin using the highlighting tool. I don't like to use it as a toggle switch, meaning if I turn it, if I do that, it's on, and if nothing's highlighted, it'll just stay on. What I prefer to do is double click the word, keep it highlighted, and if I right click, this comes up right here. So the first one's done. Next, on scavenger hunt, and I'm just going to abbreviate. Oh dear, it came up as heading, and you can tell that. We'll get to this later in the semester, but that it's heading 2. Now the thing about Word is once it thinks it's got a heading, it doesn't want it to become anything else. If that bothers you, just highlight the whole thing, delete, and then do backspace, and then hit enter, and there you go. It should be normal again, and you can see that. If it doesn't bother you, just leave it red and big. It doesn't make a bit of difference until we get to the navigation pane. Then it might. I don't know what happens in the header. All right. The next thing is on scavenger hunt. So S, we'll just make that SH because I know what that means, but I don't want that color. So again, highlight the whole thing, control home, and pick a different color. Green's next. Okay, so you get the idea. Now this will be on every page of the document, or it should be. However, because this document was created with more than one section, it might not be. So I'm going to highlight that whole thing and hit Control C as in cat, copy it, and then scroll down and see if there's anywhere that it isn't, and right on the next page. So Control V as in violet, and there I go. And again, now it's on, oops, stops here again. Another Control V. And I'm going to keep scrolling, just scroll right past any weirdness that emerges in the spacing because we don't care. This is about taking notes, not about creating a pretty document. And that's everywhere. Let's see if it even goes to here. It does. So it even goes into the course schedule, but that will be irrelevant to what we're doing right now, although you might want to take a look at it and look it over because it gives you, now, how do we get back into the regular stuff? Well, just double click anywhere in the body and there you go. That's it. So now down here, you can start highlighting things. I think this stuff is important. I'm not sure if it would be on a scavenger hunt, but you should know when and where your class is meeting, so I'd highlight that anyway, and so on. Now, suppose you get here and it says it's best that if you email me through Blackboard, and you're wondering what the hell does that mean? Well, I would highlight it as important, right? And that's yellow. So I would highlight that, but then I would also add a comment. So to add a comment, there's two ways to do it. You can go to Insert and look for the comment and a plus, or you can go to Review and hit New Comment. All right. What does this mean? I'm not sure what it means, and I'm not sure what it means because I haven't looked at the course website yet, and I don't know that there is a little link on the left-hand sidebar that says send course email that will send an email to any member of the course. You can pick out who you want, and you don't even need to know their email, their UB email address. It will simply go there. All right, so that's that. So now, and it will always, if you have comments, it will always add this little grayed out extra margin. And if you print it, it will print smaller. It won't print like this because it has to fit the whole thing on one page. So there's that. The next thing I want to show you is what to do, because this confused the heck out of me when I first started doing this. New comment. Oh, I didn't want to comment there. What do? Right click and you'll get this menu, delete comment. That's it. It's easy. All right. So we've gone through color coding and the key. We've gone through adding comments and deleting comments, checking the pages to make sure that your color key showed up in every header. The next thing I want to show you how to do is how to insert a page break. And we're going to just insert the cursor anywhere in the document. Let's look at the instructions again and see what they have to say. Part 2 is add a new page at the very end of the syllabus by inserting a page break. You get to the very end of the syllabus by inserting your cursor anywhere in the document and hitting Control End at the same time. Then you're going to insert a page break. So let me show you how to do that. First, Control End, and I'm at the very end because the schedule is the last thing in the syllabus. But I don't want your answers on the same page as the page break, or I'm sorry, as the table. Instead, I want you to insert page break. Now, Whatever I type between here and here, this cursor, between the bottom of this table and this cursor, it will show, this will stay on its own fresh, clean page. This is especially handy for inserting bibliographic pages, works cited pages, references pages at the very end of a document. They'll always stay on a clean page. Okay, so then the assignment asks you to answer a bunch of questions, and now we're going to take a quick look at that. So at the very end of the document, the instructions are questions. And the questions, it says that you can, I don't care how you format them, as long as I can tell what question you're answering. So as a smart time-saving student, I am simply going to highlight those things. I'm going to right-click, click copy, or tap Control and C. And then I'm going to go back to the other document and Control V, paste them in. Then I want to start answering them. I hit enter, put the cursor at the end, hit enter, and now here's a little trick. You can either hit tab or you can do that. Go up here and that indents a paragraph, and it does it without you doing anything else. All right. And then I would make sure that I could doubly sure that my instructor could see tell which was my answer and which was the question. I would probably make things bold and hit Control B as in boy and start typing my answer. And there we go. And that's all I'm asking you to do. Answer these questions and get to know the syllabus. All right. The final thing I want to show you is how to use the navigation pane. And this will help in the scavenger hunt. So you're going to click on View and click on Navigation pane. And because this document was formatted with the headings in word styles, let's go home and I can show you where they are. This is heading 1, for example, and you can tell because it highlights. And in a little bit, we're going to practice using these. And heading 2, it creates a table of contents of the whole document. It also does some really cool stuff. So for example, coursework and grading is really long. So what I want to do is after I reach each section, you see these little gray arrows. If I click that, it will make everything under graded workshops disappear and the next heading will come up. And that will make everything under there disappear. And if I want them to reappear, I just click the arrow again. And that's that. That's pretty cool. But here's the super cool thing. This arrow up here indicates that there's something before the first heading. So if I click on this right here, it just takes me to that page. Anywhere in here, it will just take me directly. These are internal links in the document, and it will take me to whatever information I want to know. So this document is set up so that answering the questions in the scavenger hunt should be pretty easy. Finally, another really cool thing you can do with this is move stuff. So say UB Learns is a level 2 heading, and Word and PowerPoint are also a level 2 heading. I can move this anywhere in this document that I want, just by dragging and dropping it, and it takes everything that was under it as well. So that's a very handy kind of little trick. But for the scavenger hunt, I think that having the navigation pane will be really useful to you folks. So anyway, if you have any questions, ask them in class. If you have any difficulties and things don't work this way, bring it up in class first thing on Wednesday morning. I'll see you then. Happy trails, people. Happy trails.